Morning and welcome to Daybreak. I'm your host, Ken Musgrave.
And I'm Joanne Pototsky. This week on Daybreak, we have your campus, city, and national news,
as well as weather, entertainment, and sports reports.
All that and more straight ahead on Daybreak.
Have none of the intramurals piqued your interest? Do you love playing sports? Sign up to play lacrosse. Point Park student Matthew Meaner is looking to start a lacrosse team with both new and experienced players. Contact Matthew Meaner by email matthewmeanor@aol.com. Point Park Strong Women, Strong Girls is hosting the Bombshells in Business panel and workshop on Sunday, April 28th. The event will take place from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Renaissance Hotel downtown, located at 107 6th Street. It will be an afternoon of food, drink, and women's empowerment. You're invited to share your motivation for success and hear from the business panel of inspirational young women. Members of the panel include a communications director from the Pittsburgh Penguins and a social media coordinator from the American Eagle brand. On Monday, April 29th, from 5 to 8 p.m., there will be a picnic in Village Park. Strong Women, Strong Girls is hosting their first annual picnic. It will be a night of live music, free food, games, and fun activities. The graduate student organization GSA is sponsoring a donation drive called Flip Flop Love. You can donate a new pair of flip-flops that benefits City Mission. City Mission is an organization that provides needed goods and services to the homeless and poor in Western PA without regard to race, color, national origin, or religion. You can drop off your flip-flop donation before the month of April ends on the 13th floor of West Penn Hall. Spread some summer loving with GSA and make a flip-flop donation. And that's all for your city news. Now here's Joanne with City News.
Thanks, Ken. In city news this week, with just a little more than a week left until the Pittsburgh Marathon, the city is announcing details about increased security. Several side streets around the perimeter of the course will be shut down, and the starting area and finish line will be fenced in. No large bags or duffel bags will be permitted, but runners will be provided with clear plastic bags to check their belongings in with. Public Safety Director Mike Huss said there will also be a lot of less noticeable security measures that cannot be seen. Despite concerns over the increased cost of increased security, Pittsburgh Mayor Luke Ravenstahl is reassuring marathon officials and the city that it will be okay. Also drawing attention to the upcoming marathon a little closer to home, Point Park University's head volleyball coach Mike Bruno is planning to run the 26-mile course blindfolded. Bruno said he is running the marathon blindfolded in honor of his 7-year-old autistic and blind daughter, Cassie. Bruno says he wants to raise awareness and money for the Vision Research Ropard Foundation. Bruno's marathon's website says his goal is to raise $42,000, $1,000 for every kilometer in the marathon for the VRRF. As of Thursday, the website's donation tracker said he already raised over $15,000. Point Park's cross-country head coach Jim Irvin will accompany Bruno as his guide. And the American Lung Association's annual State of the Air report said the air in Pittsburgh is the cleanest it's ever been, but it is still one of the top 10 dirtiest in the country. Western Pennsylvania was ranked 7th for worst soot pollution and 8th in daily particle pollution. Allegheny County received an F letter grade on air quality on the report, while surrounding Armstrong, Beaver, Washington, and Lawrence counties received Bs and Cs. And a Mega Millions ticket worth $250,000 is still floating around. Gus Miller's newsstand on Forbes Avenue in Oakland sold the ticket. The ticket matched all 5 white balls drawn Tuesday, 9, 21, 23, 32, and 50, but not the Mega Ball. If you are the lucky winner still hanging onto this ticket, you have 1 year from the drawing to come forward and claim the prize. And after a person was tased in Southside Works on St. Patrick's Day in March, it has stirred up some questions. Daybreak correspondent Taylor Fareri found out more about police tasers and has this report.
Just a little less than a month ago, the Pittsburgh police tased a man in the Southside Works at Clawdus Irish Pub during the St. Patrick's Day celebration. Bystanders recorded the event on their cell phones, and tasers have been a hot topic ever since. Anthony Ogulin, a former police officer and co-owner of Verona Gun Safe, broke down exactly how these handheld devices work.
Taser works on what's called shape pulse technology, where it works on the same frequency that the human nervous system works at, and that allows, it basically tells the muscles to contract.
Anthony goes on to tell us what it's like to be tased.
Once you've been tased, you will feel exhausted afterwards, but you won't hurt anymore. As soon as the taser stops, the pain is gone.
According to the U.S. Department of Justice, conductive energy devices, or CEDs, such as tasers, produce up to 50,000 volts of electricity. Point Park University's police officers have been carrying these volt-heavy devices ever since the police force started in 2011. Officer Black tells us about the training involved.
There is people who carry that have not been tased, but also that everyone goes through a training before even carrying the taser, and also yearly we go to training.
One question on many students' mind is, when can the officers use the tasers on campus?
The taser usage, you can go from verbal, officer presence, to verbal, to hands-on, to less than lethal, to deadly force. So you could jump from a mere encounter to, the taser usage. It basically depends on the situation at hand, would deem the necessary force needed to use the tools that you have on your belt.
Taser's certified website states that Taser's CEDs have saved more than 7,500 lives from potential death and serious injury.
In my years in law enforcement and using tasers, I have tased several subjects where if I wouldn't have used the taser, I would have shot them. And that proves its value. Just one time, that happens is well worth whatever the cost of the taser and the pain it is to use the taser. Just the saving of one life over that, it's worth more than words.
Tasers temporarily disable your body, and they're only proven lethal if you have a pre-existing heart condition. For Point Park News, I'm Taylor Fareri.
For your city news this morning, now back to Ken at the couch.
Thanks, Joanne. Coming up next on Daybreak, we will have a national news report and a shout out for graduating seniors. We'll be right back.